anxious. I want you to highlight that word anxious. It could also be translated worried. The root word comes to be pulled in different directions. To be pulled in different directions. The root of the English word worry means to strangle. Christian, if you want a strangled life, if you want a life that's just constantly pulled into other directions, don't obey this verse. Again, this is a command, by the way. Worry from science has been attached to ulcers, all kinds of physical pain caused by worry, caused by anxiety. People are popping pills now because they can't deal with reality and they need a little help from the outside to calm their nerves. And there's no judgment here, by the way, but I'm just saying it's an epidemic, guys, where worried anxiousness has us. And worry, it's an inside job. It's the greatest thief of joy, I believe. It's also a brother to fear. False expectations appearing real. When you're just fearful of what may come or what may be, it's a waste of so much time. And here's what I want you to write down. Worry is disrespect to God. It's disrespectful. Is he the King of Kings? Is he sovereign? Is he mighty? See, again, if you're worried and fearful, it means you don't know him enough. That's why you're here today. Welcome. There's three things, if you're taking note, that rob us of joy and cause us to worry. What causes worry? What causes it? A lot of times, circumstances. Let me just say this, a person that depends on circumstances making them happy will be a miserable person because circumstances fluctuate. You'll be miserable. They change. And you see at the end of 4 here, Paul learned to be content in any and every situation. Whether rich, whether poor, he didn't matter. In jail, out of jail, didn't matter. I'm content. I've learned that. Why? Because the substance of my life is Christ. Things can keep us worrying and concern and rob us of our joy. So circumstances, but also things. We are bombarded by culture. We need new this, we need new that. It's just constant. The story was of Abraham Lincoln. His sons were crying, and somebody said to him, hey, why are your sons crying? And he says, the same problem with them is the same problem as the whole world has. I've got 3 pieces of candy, and one of the 2 wants 2. Have you learned to be content in whatever? Or do things dictate your joy? And then the last thing is people. People can rob you of your joy. When I look through this book and I look at what the Apostle Paul was dealing with, okay, in chapter 1, there's people that are preaching Christ from selfish ambition and vain conceit. And he says, I praise God that Christ is being preached. I'm not tripping over some watered-down church, some get-rich-quick scheme church. I'm rejoicing that Christ's name's being brought up.